Saudi! Hello students, I am Elijah Arthur Allain. Yeah, I bet you didn't know my name was Elijah, right? But I am a singer, songwriter, producer. I run major records. I'm also an entrepreneur. I have my clothing line, Rock the A, and I'm also a school music teacher. I'm the lead vocalist of the band Evolution. It's a band that I started with two members of a band that I was previously in, Matrix Band, which is a band from Soufrière. If in case you didn't know, I'm from the beautiful town of Soufrière, Sulphur City. I've been in music for many years, about 14 professionally. However, I started from the time I was in school, and music has always been a part of me. And music has become a profession for me, not just performing, but diversifying into the business of music. I've dived into doing things such as commercials. You know, I've been blessed with endorsements, being an influencer for major companies like Flow and Courts. You know, and it's been a blessing to be doing a job that I actually love. You know, my passion is what earns me my income. Major Records, my company, has been around for about 4 years now. Over the years, I've been the winner of Groovy Monarch for 5 times in a row. It's been one of my main things to always reinvest my earnings. So every time I won something, I would buy a keyboard, buy a better computer, buy speakers, buy a mic, reinvest into my own business, because essentially it's what saves me money. I don't have to go outside to source recordings or pay somebody else to do my productions. I have found a way to actually continue employing myself by reinvesting money that I made from my performances. Right, so it's important in whatever field that you are in to, as much as possible, diversify, but as whatever is your stronghold, make it your stronghold, work towards it. Try to develop yourself as much as possible in that particular field, because it's gonna take a lot from you. And for me, what was my primary focus was my performance with my band and just being an artist out there. It took not just having the talent, because like I always tell a lot of people, talent is a very small percentage of what actually gains you success. It's a lot of hard work. My normal day, I wake up, I would go look for songs, try to learn new songs, try to create new songs for myself, because as an artist you have to try to remain as relevant as possible. So you have to constantly be reinventing yourself. So it takes a lot of research as well. I go online. My research is going on YouTube, looking at other professionals. I'm one kind of person too, I like to learn about other great people. So I would go on Wikipedia and just read the biography of successful artists who have come before me. I want to be better in my singing. I could just simply go on YouTube and watch vocal lessons or vocal warm-ups or something to that extent. Anything to develop myself. I try to delve into things like playing the piano or the guitar. So I go online and try to learn or sign up for courses. All these things really develop my skill in my profession. As a lead vocalist of the band Evolution, my job is to be the front stage man, and also as the band leader to coordinate the guys, make sure rehearsals happen, make sure we have a repertoire, that is the list of the songs that we're going to perform, so send out material to the guys to learn, as well as making sure that salaries are in order, and making sure that we get paid. All these things fall under my portfolio. As to my studio work, it really entails just trying to create stuff. For example, with I work with a lot of companies to do their jingles. I'm sure you may have heard we are the Bank of St. Lucia, or Jano ad. My voice is terrible right now, but I've done a lot of commercials, and that was one way to branch out, using my skill that I already had to create a different stream of revenue for myself. And these things really helped me, especially when the pandemic hit, because entertainment was hit very badly. We weren't able to go out and perform like we used to, so I took the opportunity to focus more on those areas, like marketing and going into pushing my music out there for streaming purposes to get money, and the advertising, all while I can stay in the comfort of my home and do just that. So if I had just settled on being just a singer and that's it, I would probably be in a deep hole right now. So I'm thankful that I was able to diversify And that's the main thing for you. That's one of the strong messages I want to leave with you. I love the fact that this is what I love. I'm doing something that I enjoy doing. So it's never stressful for me. It can get stressful, but I don't let it stress me out too much, you know, because sometimes you feel like you may put out content that just isn't connecting with the people the way you want it to. But that's just how it is sometimes. And in life, things don't always go the way you want it to. But when that does happen, all you do, go back to the drawing board. I come back, I do some meditation, I listen to some music that is popping at the time, and I think of how can I better myself so that when I put out more material, people are going to love it. You know, I constantly look at things at my image. How do I present myself? Will the audience connect with me on Facebook, social media, which is a very important aspect of the entertainment industry? You know, what am I doing to engage my supporters? My work setting in the studio, you know, I've made a kind of like a home for me in a sense. You know, I try to make it as nice and comfy as possible, so I can just escape the world, come in here and just be alone with my thoughts, put on a little my diffuser and just put myself in a relaxing position to really create. You know, I sometimes I say a prayer, I burn some sage or something just to clear my mind and let the thoughts flow and let it come out naturally, because music is not something that you want to force. You want it to be of you. So you just let it be, you know, and let it flow from the universe. And that's one thing I try to do as much as possible. Personal characteristics that are important in my job and in any job. Two of my favorite words are patience and perseverance. Two P words. You know, I've understood for the year how much work it takes to get to where I am. I understand the struggle. I know that it takes a long time. You know, it took about 6 years before I actually got one song that was in rotation on radio. And I remember in those years coming up, I was struggling as an artist to be heard. You know, I felt like I had this talent, but nobody was actually taking notice. But I had to realize that, hey, there was so much more that I had to learn, or I had to better about myself in order to become that artist. And those things would not have happened if I had just given up from the first time, you know. And if any career path that you choose, it's important to stay on path. Be patient, but persevere. Keep going non-stop, no matter how rough it gets. If that is what you want to do for yourself, you keep going and do just that. For me, my training started at school with my music teacher. He was a big influence on me, Mr. Christopher Fevrier. I went to Soufriere Comprehensive School and he taught me a lot of the basics in music that I use as a foundation to develop myself as a musician. A lot of what I have learned along the years is self-taught as well. And I also reach out to a lot of fellow musicians to get advice from them. The technology that I use is pretty much state-of-the-art equipment that you would find in a studio. For my studio, you know, I have my Rocket speakers and my Yamaha, my microphone. I have more than one to get different sounds. AKG C414, and this is a Neumann. You know, I also dive into a little bit of photography and videography. So I have my Nikon D7200 there as well. You know, I have an Apollo Twin, Universal Audio, Focusrite interface as well. My Mac Apple is the way to go for me. You know, on the performance side of things, one thing as a performance artist to always have your personal mic, you know, especially in a time when we have COVID-19. So I have my mic that I always use. Over the years, I've gotten my little system. I bought a Bose system that I can go out to the hotels and perform solo gigs, because sometimes the hotels will not want a full band, you know, with the loudness of the acoustic instruments and all these things, loudspeakers. They rather something simple. So I try to be as versatile as possible. The people that I mainly work with are people who are in the same field as myself, you know, musicians, producers, engineers, my band members. I have a manager, band manager. I sometimes work with a stylist. Sometimes my videographer, Killer Sony. I work with different people that will cater to a particular part. I also have a designer who does my merchandise, because I have my Rock the Allain, so I have caps and shirts that I sell with my branding. If I were to hire someone in major records and, you know, or to work with me in a band, the first thing I would look for is commitment. You need to be committed and you need to be dedicated to exactly what we are setting out to do. You need to have a goal plan. You need to know what you really want to. What do you want to achieve by coming to work with me at Major Records? Humble as well. You know, these are the qualities that will help you to get far. And like I said before, patience and perseverance is a must. So if you were to take the path that I took, for me, I didn't solely depend on music. I took my schoolwork very seriously. And if you are looking to go down that line, one thing you must have, I would suggest doing a business subject. You know, I mean, the business of music is very important. Talent isn't everything. IT, you know, IT is a very important thing. If you want to go into the studio work, you need to know how to work with equipment. You need to work with computers, the internet. That's very important. A foreign language is also very important to have, to incorporate it into your music. English literature, you know, you need to become a fluent speaker and understand language and the use of different figures of speech, like similes, metaphors, personification, and incorporating them into your writing styles to make your writings more interesting. I just want to encourage every single one of you to follow your dreams. Whatever you choose, whatever your decision is on where you want to go in life, and even if you're not sure, it's okay to be unsure for now. But you know, start giving it serious thought, and if you have a dream, go for it. Be patient, persevere. Whatever you want to achieve, you will. This is Major Records. My name is Arthur Allain. I hope you enjoyed my presentations. Saudi, enjoy.